Welcome to the Wrestle for Real podcast, man. Your DJ Ralph V here, Spook Williams with me tonight. Ready to cover WWE Monday Night Raw. Y'all know how we do it each and every Monday night. We're gonna go jump right into this card tonight, see what we thought about everything. Make sure you don't forget to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that share button, man. Make sure everybody know we on right now. So WWE Monday Night Raw came on a little early today because they were in someplace overseas, close to Paris. I don't know where. They kept saying the name Birmingham or something. I can't
Yeah,
remember.
Birmingham, UK.
Yeah, so they was out there. So we had an early start time today, even though a podcast we starting a little earlier than normal. But based on what they had going on with the show, we definitely was still gonna get it in. So a little earlier night tonight, but please don't forget to hit that subscribe button and remember you can get the Wrestle for Real podcast or wherever you get your podcasts, iHeart, Spotify, wherever you choose to listen. Of course, we're right here at YouTube and X Live each and every Monday night. Normally immediately following the show, but this week and next week will probably be the same until we get back to our regularly scheduled program. Will be immediately following WWE Monday Night Raw. Tonight kicked off with Roman Reigns, man. We haven't seen that in a while, man. Roman Reigns kicked off tonight. As far as with a promo, normally he's just been kind of coming out there, getting involved in something and getting right to the action. But today was promo stuff. He came out. Basically, I guess they were solidifying their match. The match he was going to have at Clash of Paris coming up this Sunday with Bronson Reed. So he did his promo. Paul Heyman came out, interrupted. Eventually, Bronson Reed came out, and Bronson Reed did that thing where he talks and he has that voice. These
But
guys
actually,
just
but
kind of went
actually, but
back and
actually,
forth
though,
for a while.
I like his speaking voice, man.
His
I like it, man. It's like you said, it's kind of peculiar, but it's at least he can talk, man. He can,
you
he
don't
can.
expect it to come out of him. Expecting something real raspy and
Right, 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 right.
very well spoken
He went
dialogue.
he went to school. He went to school.
Yeah, man. They good college. I'm not sure he referenced himself possibly being Samoan, so I'm
Yeah,
not
that
sure
was interesting. That was interesting.
yeah, I'm not sure if how what validity. I don't know if this is like a Samoans was moved out of their land situation or Roman didn't seem to care, didn't make him family at all. So but it was an interesting promo. This one broke down. These guys eventually got into it, man, doing what we kind of sort of expected on the big brawl leading up to their match for Sunday. So a lot of pull aparts, different things like that. So we got to kick the show off with some heavy hitters in this one, man. The Vision, at least a member of it, representing the crew, and Roman Reigns. So it's a good way to kick up the show, man. What you thought about the way they opened the show tonight, man, on Monday Night Raw?
Man, that was a good opening, man. It what I'm saying, like you said, it's getting ready for their match at Clash of Paris, man. So it was a good one, man. Especially when they referenced the shoes, man. He called them the shoe falling there, man. So I
Mm-hmm.
don't know if they're officially fighting for the
Mm-hmm.
shoes or that'll still be a good little name of it though. To see if he can get his shoes back. But he didn't take them forwards that he got on tonight. He didn't touch those. He didn't touch them
So
forwards.
those was about something. Those was
Yeah, they was pretty. They was pretty hot when they dropped. They sold out pretty quickly. So yeah, he didn't touch them. The other two was just some mids and
mm-hmm.
some spizzites. So that was not
Mm.
really really that popular like that. So but
Yeah.
yeah, man, they was definitely going back and forth, man. I like that little segment, man. And Heyman kicked it off, man. He was popping his ish as usual. So opening segment was very good, very good.
Yeah, man. These guys, that's how you kick off Raw. You let them know it's going to be a big show. It gives that big feel to it, man. Everybody knew Roman was going to be opening the show, so kudos to the WWE for that one. After that, we had our first match, which was Dragon Lee versus JD McDonough. Honestly, I thought this was a really good match, man.
Yeah.
JD McDonough and Dragon Lee really they really turned it up. They really put on a good match. I don't know if there was a lot of heat there just from these guys not really having much of a rivalry leading up to this match, but they definitely went out there and did some stuff. There was a couple of times where I thought JD might not get back up. He
Yeah,
tends to
yeah.
have some wow moments. Yeah, he be having some wow moments in his matches sometimes, man. So hopefully he don't have to sustain that to continue to be interesting because it may be a little dangerous. But
Yeah.
they had a good matchup, man. Dominic came out, got involved, which led to AJ Styles coming out, getting involved. Ultimately, it led to I want to say Dragon Lee getting the win over JD McDonough. who
Hmm.
was also one half of the tag team champions with Finn Balor. But typically we don't get JD McDonough matches individually, so this was a good look. Obviously, they still high on Dragon Lee and wanting to keep him as relevant as possible. So, with AAA being a huge part of what they're doing, they definitely want to keep someone like himself on WWE TV and television as much as possible. But it was a great match, and I think it's a way to keep Dragon Lee relevant so that when the AAA crossovers do happen, they got somebody that can plug in right there. But what you thought about Dragon Lee and JD McDonough's match on tonight?
Man, I agree with you, man. This was a good match, man. I told you, man. I've been rocking with JD for a good little minute now, man. He's really pretty solid, man. You know what I'm saying? Like his movement in the ring, making others look good at the same aspect, man. Him and Dragon Lee had a good one, man. That was a real good match, man. Like you said, JD do a lot of little stunts, man. That kind of scare you, man. To be like, hey, man,
Mm-hmm.
just take it a little easy, man. Calm down. I know you're trying to get that main spot on the roster or that TV time, but don't
Mm-hmm.
hurt yourself in the process. You know what I'm saying? Don't hurt yourself in the process.
Yeah, you got to stay healthy. You got to stay healthy, man. I don't know where they go after this one. It seemed like this might have been more about setting up Dom and AJ for their matchup than it was about JD and Dragon Lee further in this story anymore. But they keeping both of these guys on TV, and Finn is
Hmm.
doing a lot of the behind the scenes backstage stuff. He's a little bit more interesting backstage right now, so I guess that's helping him to stay on TV as well. So it's a good look right now for the tag champs. At least they're doing something. They're not completely fading the black.
Hmm.
Being a part of that Judgment Day crew. After that, we had Penta versus Kofi Kingston. Penta had a couple of things to deal with out there with Xavier Woods and eventually Grayson Waller. I thought the match was okay. It ended up with Kofi getting the win in this particular one. What you thinking about Penta, man? Is his fire burning off a little bit, or are they just trying to just ride a safe wave right now until they can figure out something?
I mean, that's a good question, man. I mean, like I said, he done had a couple losses recently, so I wouldn't say it's probably trying to play it safe, like you said, man. I mean, he's still doing his thing, man. I like the whole little segment, man, where they was trying to get these signatures as far as getting one of his signature moves removed. So that was pretty
Mm-hmm.
good, pretty cool to add into that whole little
Mm-hmm.
match, man. So yeah, man,
Yeah,
I think
Penta is Penta's he's definitely got some good value behind him. And they've been doing everything they can to keep New Day in the mix as well with Grayson
hmm
Waller. So that's a good look for those guys as well. But Grayson Waller is still kind of more so tagging along right now, not necessarily doing anything of huge relevance, but kind of getting in the way. But I don't know if they're going to continue this way. Yeah. I don't know if they're going to continue this one with Penta and I guess the whole New Day crew, but it gives them something to do. It gives them something to do. So as we'll kind of see where they're going with it. But I need Penta to slowly start to work his way back up into some relevant situations instead of just
hmm
passing the time by, so he don't get lost in the shuffle. It's definitely maybe easy to get lost in the shuffle. So he don't
I
want it to
guess
happen.
they I guess they ran with him too early, like you were saying back in the past. Like, was they gonna get him burnt out or anything like that? So, like you say, maybe they trying to fall back on him so that way, he can't have a lasting career, in WWE.
Yeah, and with their partnership, so he's gonna, at some point probably play more of a role, maybe. So they definitely want to keep Penta pretty fresh as possible. So this was definitely something to do for him. We had Becky Lynch come out and cut a promo against Nikki Bella. Eventually brought out Nikki Bella. Nikki Bella came out, last time she caught that John Cena reference, so she came out a little fiery this time. She seemed a little angry, like she really, really wanted to look a lot better during this promo. It's never really been her strength as far as promos go. So, but she definitely tried to hang in there with Becky this particular time around. But Becky did what she did. It ended with got a little physical. We about to see Becky versus Becky Bella. What do you think about that, man? I'm loosely interested in seeing what happens here, but I think we kind of know what the end result is likely to be. I don't think anybody's expecting Nikki Bella to walk away with the championship, the Women's Intercontinental Championship, anytime soon.
Well, it's just two Hall of Famers going at it, man. You know what I'm saying? It's these the older crew is coming back, man, and trying to get that fire back into the women's division, man. So I mean, it's a good look. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I definitely will be tuned in to see this match, man, because Nikki can go. Becky already been. doing her thing. So they just trying to get Nikki back into the fold of what's going on, man. Since a lot of the women of WWE on Raw, been missing or been lack thereof. So I'm just
Mm-hmm.
trying to bring that fire back in there, man. So I think it's gonna be a good one, pretty good match. But like you said, I think Becky could probably take it in the end. But it'll be like I said, two Hall of Famers going there. That both of them got pretty solid foundations in the WWE. So be a good little match.
Yeah, so we got to see what's gonna happen after that one as well. Just kind of thinking ahead as far as what they got waiting for Becky, what they got waiting for Nikki, on the other side of it, to see if these ladies is gonna be able to sustain anything beyond it. I think Becky is in a good position. I do believe she's fine right now.
Hmm.
So she's probably still got some other challengers to deal with. We had Rhea Ripley versus Roxanne Perez. This one was okay. Definitely never hurt to see Roxanne Perez on TV, so we did get that. Raquel got involved. It led to Io Sky getting involved. It just kind of went all over the place from there. I believe Rhea Ripley did actually get the win in this one, though, but very necessary. The WWE is real big on Judgment Day, so whoever's a part of that, they're definitely keeping them on TV, keeping them relevant, keeping them meaningful. We've been getting a lot of behind backstage segments with Io Sky and the Kabuki Warriors, Asuka and Kairi Sane and Rhea Ripley. And I think it was, the Kabuki Warriors are getting a little jealous of her relationship with Rhea Ripley and
Right, right,
definitely with
right.
her coming to help her out. So they kind of got their own story going on between the Kabuki Warriors and Io and then Rhea and obviously Roxanne and Raquel also in the mix. Don't know that anybody is headed for a title match in all of this. Not sure if that's where we're going. I don't think there was any mention of the title Naomi even dropped tonight, unless I
No, they
missed
didn't
it.
say. Yeah, they didn't say nothing about that at all. Well, so they Pierce. He was talking to what's the
Lyra Valkyrie.
no, the other lady, Stephanie. He was talking to her about something about the title shot, but they didn't really say how they was going to run with it. You know what I'm saying? But he did say something to her about because I think she's not going to be at the Clash of Paris or
Mm-hmm.
some of that nature. But yeah, I know he was speaking to her about it, so I don't know what they're gonna do. Probably everything will unfold once Monday Night Raw hit. They get past this, and then they'll go from there as far as starting those championship bouts to
Yeah. Yeah, I guess they put it on the back burner right now. So these ladies are kind of in their own world. I don't even know what world Stephanie and Lyra is in. I don't know what world Bailey is in. Becky and Nikki is kind of in their own world. So everybody's a little all over the place right now.
hmm hmm
I think Natalia been on SmackDown. Natalia Maxine. No, Maxine Dupree's been on Raw.
Yeah,
So we
they've been
didn't
on.
see them tonight.
No, no,
Yeah.
no, no,
So we didn't
no
see them
reference or
tonight.
anything. They wasn't.
Yeah, so I don't think Natalia is jumping back in the picture anytime soon. With or without Maxine Dupree back into the Becky sweepstakes at all right now. So all the girls kind of got their own thing going on. So we have to see what's going to happen with Stephanie, what's going to happen with the title, what they're going to do with Lyra, what they're going to do with Bailey. We've been seeing some stuff backstage. I guess Bailey is about to go crazy. I don't know if she's on the Wyatt Six path or she's hearing voices in her head.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
I
she
think we're about to get some crazy, maybe she's just gonna be the new Naomi, put some caution tape around the outfit and
yeah, so
just
it's
go
probably
crazy.
time for her to turn bad.
Yeah, so she might end up doing that. I don't know what that's gonna look like. I don't know where they're gonna go with that, but that's what's been going on. We haven't seen her, I guess, submit to this voices in her head thing and see if she's gonna come out wilding on the other side of it. But we're gonna see how they doing. But that's typically what we got going on with the women's division right now on Monday Night Raw. Obviously, Becky's at the top, keeping it very interesting, and Rhea's getting her normal pop. So we'll kind of see where things kind of go from there as far as what these women are going to be doing. We also had AJ Styles versus Finn Balor. So the other half of the tag team champions, AJ Styles went at it with Finn Balor. These guys have a lot of history. I've been around for a while now, so you don't really expect them to have a bad match. It's really more about doesn't mean anything. Is there some heat behind it? Is there a reason we care about this match? But this match ended with AJ Styles getting the victory in this one. Also set him up for an Intercontinental title match as well. We got that coming down the pipeline with him and Dominic Mysterio. So AJ is staying relevant. He's staying right there in the
Yeah,
mix, man. So he's not doing too much, too little. He's just kind of hanging around and being a very relevant challenger for whoever they give them to go out there and dance with, so to speak, in the ring, man. But what you thought about this AJ Styles and Finn Balor match?
Like you said, man, it was a solid match, man. They definitely went at it, man. And the good thing about this match is it wasn't no interference.
Mm-hmm.
Like they really just was able to go toe to toe,
Mm-hmm.
and really go out there and show their skill set. You know what I'm saying? So that was a good thing that nobody got involved. You know what I'm saying? AJ got the pin, by really doing this thing. So yeah, I thought this was a very solid match, man. I enjoyed this one.
Yeah, this was probably the only match where there was no outside extra stuff going on tonight. So not typically what we get on a Monday Night Raw. But again, this match just didn't. Like I said, I think they just was more so trying to give more reason and more weight to Dominic versus AJ Styles. So we didn't really see much there as far as what these guys had going on. As far as this going to really be anything, but AJ's been going at it with the whole Judgment Day. We've seen Dominic backstage with El Grande Americano trying to keep him on his side, so that's been interesting. Definitely even more interesting when they do go over to AAA, and El Grande and Dragon Lee and Dominic definitely look like quality guys when they're over there. So just keeping
Hmm.
those guys relevant, that's all you can do right now, man, so that when they do crossover, it's really big. Dominic is getting a lot of cheers. He's getting some mixed reactions. So they may have to consider doing something with Dominic here pretty soon. As
Yeah,
far as
man.
switching them over, they may have to figure something out. It's going to be a tough one. Keep him in the position in which he's in. I've been saying I've been ready for Judgment Day to end for a long time. And I
Yeah,
don't think
man.
it's going to happen anytime soon, man. It just seems like it's never going to end. Uh, we still waiting for Liv to come back at this point. So we're going to see how that goes.
So if Dom go over there, will it take away from his TV time on Raw?
Dom should be able to stand on his own. They got TV time for Grayson Waller and New Day. They should have time for Dominic, somebody on the come up and somebody that fans are starting to get behind, man, if he decided to go out on his own, because there's some people that don't necessarily need the TV time that's kind of getting it, but he would have to have some bad guys to go against. So who knows what that would look like. But likely if he does leave, his first initial feuds will probably be with whoever stayed in Judgment Day. So that easily be a JD McDonough and probably a Finn Balor. So we'll kind of, that'd probably be what's most likely to happen. Maybe he leaves with Liv or Roxanne or something to that nature. But we may have a long way to go before we find out, man. So we're gonna see if this Judgment Day thing ever ends. Leading up to our main event, Braun Breaker versus LA Knight. They had some backstage antics going on, man. Roman Reigns attacking guys backstage, Braun Breaker. Then LA Knight and Braun Breaker going at it backstage. So a lot of this started backstage. These main events, we've pretty much seen the same thing every week. They break down, they get crazy, they get wild, and everything just goes all over the place. So it becomes that type of thing. But Braun Breaker and LA Knight was okay. It was having a solid match. I think
Hmm.
seeing LA Knight in the main event on Monday Night Raw against Braun Breaker says a lot about what they think of these two guys, man. So that's a good look. I don't know if Braun Breaker is ever going to really break through. I don't know if LA Knight is going to really break through and get that big one, but he's going to stay around. He's going to stay around, kind of like what we seen more recently with Drew McIntyre, even Damian Priest. Those guys kind of just hang around the top, but may
Hmm.
not necessarily win the big one. But this match ended up started breaking down with who was the first one to come out there, run out there. I think Seth Rollins came out first,
Yeah, yeah.
got into it with these guys, and then was it Jey Uso came out next? Jey Uso
Uh-huh.
came out next,
Yep.
and CM Punk eventually came out. As we all know, they got the Fatal 4-Way at Clash of Paris: CM Punk, Jey Uso, Seth Rollins, and LA Knight. So they had to definitely warm us up for that one. CM Punk came out to a huge ovation. Jey Uso came out to a huge ovation. The crowd was pretty hot. The crowd was pretty into it. And it just kind of broke down from there, man. And it ended up breaking down even further with CM Punk and LA Knight going at it, and Jey Uso super kicking everybody and standing tall. Like, he wants that title back, man. He has that fire back. So it was a good look for Jey Uso here.
Hmm. Hmm.
And he probably needed that because he hasn't looked very strong since losing his title. So give him something to go on. CM Punk has won a title recently, even though he lost it quickly.
Right, right.
You know, and Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker just sat back and watched everything. And Bronson Reed wasn't out there for this one. That's his ongoing feud with Roman Reigns continues leading in the Clash of Paris. But what you thought about this main event with these guys, man?
Like you said, man, it was a solid match, man, between Braun and LA Knight. Like you said, LA Knight trying to still stay in the fold, man. He trying to get to that next level. So he working the card just as much as he can, man. To stay relevant to try to get him that championship title, man. He had the other titles when he was with SmackDown, so he trying to get to the to the next level. Like I said, he probably won't get anything on SmackDown right now, so Raw is probably his best chance
Mm-hmm.
to possibly get a championship title. But yeah, that's it. It was a real solid match, man. Until everybody started, inserting themselves into the match. And, at that point, it broke down. Seth drops. Jay come out. So the usual typical main event in the ending of the night.
Mm-hmm. Everybody get out there and fight. Basically, that's how we're gonna end the show every Monday. So all the heavy hitters at one time. They just left out Bronson Reed and Roman Reigns because they already had their moment to open the show. So one no
Hmm.
need to have those guys, but it's gonna be interesting to see what happens after Clash of Paris once all these guys get it out their system. If CM Punk and LA Knight is gonna go at it and continue their feud, what happens with Jey Uso? Because I don't know, we could do some predictions, but I'm not sure that Seth Rollins is losing. But that was Monday Night Raw. Not too much going on that was real fancy here. No titles on the line this particular Monday, so a lot of it was basically getting everybody ready for Clash of Paris. Which we could take a look at some of these matches, man. Do some predictions on these Clash of Paris matches. So we got. So I think I'm not sure if this match has been made official. But Becky Lynch versus Nikki Bella. What's the what are you thinking on Becky Lynch, Nikki Bella? What you thinking on that one? Who you think is coming out on top?
I want Nikki to win.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, yeah.
okay, okay,
I was always a fan of the Bella twins, man. They was really
okay. You can look, but you can't touch. The Bella
yeah,
twins.
they was pretty
Okay,
cool,
okay.
man. I mean, Becky, I never really been a big Becky fan like that. You know what I'm saying? So,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
but the man is she's the man, so she know how she get down in the ring. So we'll see. Hopefully Nikki does win, but probably Becky will probably retain, and hopefully we can get Lyra back in there, man. To get her another shot to get back right.
Well, she can't fight unless Becky loses. She can't fight
Yeah,
Becky
that's
for
right.
the
That's right.
title.
That's right. Yeah, she
Yeah,
is out.
so Nikki would
Yeah.
have to win and something like that. But I think Becky is probably gonna retain in this one. I don't see them taking the title off of her, especially not for Nikki Bella.
Right. Right.
I mean, no disrespect to Nikki Bella, but I would be very surprised if she walked out of there with the title. We got is in Bronson Reed. I guess this for the Shula Fala, maybe. This should be a good. This is a good look for Bronson Reed.
Yeah.
He's in there one on one. It's not a tag match. It's not no triple threat. It ain't no elimination chamber. You getting a one on one match with the big dog, the tribal chief, the OTC. So he's really got a chance to make a name for himself in this one, and he may have a chance to win. I mean, he does have the vision. And Roman Reigns, as he stated tonight, is by himself. So he may have a chance to actually pull off the win, man. So Bronson Reed's got a shot here, but who you see winning this one, man? Bronson Reed and Roman Reigns.
Like you said, man, I would want Brunson to win because, like you said, trying to build him up as a as part of the division, they whole little group. But we know Roman gonna take it. Got to get his shoes back, man. I mean, I don't
Mm-hmm.
know why he would want them back.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm saying? He could, I would just, hey, you could have the shoes. It's okay. These not my popular ones. These were just my play shoes. Mama said I could wear these outside today. So
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. To go
shouldn't
back
be
to
no big.
shoes, to go back to
Right.
school shoes. Yeah, I mean, I think he got to get it back out of respect. But a
Yeah.
part of me don't want him to get it back. I think I like them kind of dragging it out. I like this
You're
to
right.
continue to be a thing.
You're right.
I mean, Bronson Reed ain't got nothing else to do. Roman
He don't.
Reigns is not about to win no title no time soon. So they really ain't got nothing to do. We might as well strap those things to a ladder
Hmm.
and throw it on ESPN for WrestlePalooza next month and just make it even bigger than what it is right now, man. So hopefully,
Especially for that whole new segment, that whole new segment that's going on ESPN, that would definitely hype up the ratings on both aspects.
yeah, man. So hopefully we'll see. I'm gonna go with Bronson Reed on this one, man. I want Bronson Reed to pull it off, man, just so it could further the storyline. I think it hurts him a little bit if he loses, man, because then
Hmm.
he ain't got no shoe to follow. He ain't got no shoes. He might take his shoes. What Bronson had on today? Because he ain't like
Now
he
I
had on.
never seen those, man. I know he had on some dunks, but they was a unique colorway, man. It was like
Yeah,
a
yeah.
light blue and I don't know if that was red or like a
Orange.
fuchsia, yeah, something like that.
Yeah, I
But
don't know. Yeah, he had on some,
like
he
you
had
said
on
before, man, they really incorporating a lot of different aspects of the world now, man, as far as where the event is held, shoes, celebrities.
hmm
So they really, really doing something big right now, man, to, incorporate a lot of little different things, man, into the whole WWE world.
Yeah, man, they definitely want to make sure they reaching as many people as possible, and in addition to getting a little bit more relaxed. Oh, excuse, a little bit more relaxed with the dress code, and guys are not coming out in just typical wrestling boots anymore.
Hmm.
So we have that going on. Oh, we got Sheamus and Rusev, and what is being billed as a good old fashioned Donnybrook,
So
which
what
is
is that?
I think it just means a fight, just
Okay.
a just a fight.
Okay, yes.
So they just gonna fight pretty much. They gonna fight. I don't know who's supposed to win this. I don't know. I don't know. I don't get how it helps either one to win. I would rather go with Rusev just because he's, kind of came back a little recently, and he
Trying to
probably
build
needs,
itself up.
yeah, he needs to not lose. He needs some help to get back to, some place of relevancy. But I gotta be honest, man, I kind of don't care, unless these guys do something spectacular.
Yeah, and it's no relevance in it. Just let's get it over with, man, and get to the next one. You know what I'm saying? This should be the last official match. I don't know what else they can really do, unless they finna do like a Hell in a Cell or some of that nature. But I don't even think they would give them that type of card to even do anything like that. So
Yeah, man,
hopefully this is the last one.
these guys are doing something that, if it's a great fight, it can definitely hold our attention, but they're gonna have to really put themselves through it in order to do that, because I don't think anyone really cares. I kind of forgot it was even happening until I just looked it up. We got John Cena and Logan Paul, man. These guys have been going at it on the microphone, man. A little physical contact. John Cena, obviously, this is he's on the tail end of his final run here, and
Hmm.
Logan Paul's getting that one-on-one match with him, man. So it says a lot about what they feel with Logan Paul, who has shown himself to be somebody who can go. He can do this. He's not just a celebrity that wrestles. He's a wrestler at this point, and a sports entertainer at this point, man. He's gonna be going at it with John Cena. What you think about this one, man? Who you think? You think Logan Paul gonna pull it off with the antics, or we gonna just get good Superman John Cena for this one?
Well, I mean,
Mhm. Logan is I don't know, man. I don't mind Cena winning this one. I don't think Logan Paul. I think he's gonna move on and do something interesting, or he's got his next few lined up regardless. I don't think it's gonna change. I think it gives him some bragging rights if he does beat John Cena, and makes him a little bit more obnoxious if he does get that win. So that can be something interesting. John Cena has he will lose. And now that he lost that title, it's no telling, man. He might take the L in this one. But I think Cena winning. Maybe Brock Lesnar costing Cena the match could lead to Logan Paul winning, and
mhm.
that leading to us getting that John Cena Brock Lesnar match that we're trying to make sure we don't forget about, because they definitely taking their time to get there, despite what we seen at night 2 of SummerSlam. But
Hmm.
yeah, I think we gonna see, man. It should be a good match though, man. Cena's able to put on a good match. Logan Paul's able to put on a good match, and Logan Paul's being in. I mean, you're with the one of the people that's considered the GOAT, in this thing. Logan Paul, whatever he can do, it's time to do it.
Hmm.
This is definitely the night to do it. We have another unofficial match. We have another match that may or may not be official as of right now. I cannot. It may have went official, but I'm not sure. I'm not 100%. We got Cody Rhodes possibly against Drew McIntyre. Drew kind of does the vicious thing, and he's the vicious guy, and I'm gonna hurt everybody, and I'm gonna do this and do that, and he does leading up to the match, and then he loses. I don't
But
see a
why though?
scenario with Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre and Cody Rhodes losing. What you think about those two possibly going at it?
Yeah, this is a waste of a card. This is Yeah, I
Yeah.
guess. I guess. I mean,
It's tough.
hopefully that's not the main event.
I don't think they would do that. But I think it's tough to keep Cody relevant, man. Like when he wasn't with The Rock and John Cena stuff, we barely remember what he was doing. They tried to turn it up as much as they can with the Kevin Owens stuff, but he didn't have a great first year as champion. There was a lot of
Hmm.
forgettable things that happened, and now we might be circling back to that with Drew McIntyre. And I could see this being something that becomes very forgettable unless something major happens. But keeping Cody Rhodes that top baby face has definitely been a tall task. And typically it's worked as long as the guys from yesterday have been involved. That being Cena, that being The Rock, even when he won it, Undertaker was there. Once he gets away from that, it gets a little different. So I don't know what they're going to be able to do, but whenever that match happens, it may happen at Clash of Paris. It may have already been confirmed. I'm not sure, but I don't see Cody Rhodes losing no title to Drew McIntyre. But Drew McIntyre is going to look angry. He's going to say some slick stuff, and he's going to take that L. Ain't no telling where he's going from there. But
I
I
just
don't
hate
know
that they
who.
took the bet off of Cena so quick though, man. Like
Eh,
it
I,
just it just didn't add up that night, man, when everything ended. I mean, I understand the whole I like what when Brock Lesnar came out and dropped on the scene,
mhm.
that was a good little look, but it was like it was too soon, man. Like it's supposed to be something else in there, man, that they was trying to do, and I don't know. It just didn't sit well with me, man. Like it's supposed to be something else that went on that night, man. But
Yeah, we gonna yeah, they gonna have to as they've been moving fast with this TKO situation and these guys having a PLE almost every 2 weeks at this point. They've been moving lightning fast.
yeah,
It's everything is happening really quickly. Cena's time is almost up in the WWE. I guess they're just like, man, we might as well just get the title back to Cody and see where we're gonna go from here. But at some point he needed to pass the torch to Cody, and I guess they thought that was the right time. And it wasn't a bad time. It just it's all feels quick. We got to get used to rapid fire TV at this point, man. Somebody has the title, and then they don't. Cena lost it that weekend, and CM Punk lost it in the ring that weekend.
right.
Gunther lost it that weekend. So it definitely moved around at the top. And you walk out of there and Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes is on top. And now these guys is in feuds of their own. And speaking of Seth Rollins, that's I would guess definitely the main event at Clash of Paris.
Hmm.
Seth Rollins versus CM Punk versus LA Knight versus Jay Uso, main event Jay Uso. I'm expecting a good match. I'm expecting some rivalries to come from this. I'm expecting some feuds to come from this. But I do suspect that Seth Rollins is going to walk out of there with the championship. You see anything different happening?
Nah. But like you said, man, it's gonna be a big shebang, man. As far as first of all four of them going at it, then Seth calling out his goons and to help out.
Mm-hmm.
Roman come back out again and help, what I'm saying, help Jay and just kind of that stuff. So yeah, it gonna be some shit. Well, I don't know. Now that I think about it, Brunson gonna be pretty much tied up
Mm-hmm.
with Roman.
Yeah, he's
So
only
the
met
only
Braun
help
with
he
him.
may get will be Braun.
Yeah.
And I mean, who can kind of they can still pretty much hold their own and get Braun back out the ring. So this may be
Well,
a
Braun would have to do it at a very timely point. It would have to be very perfectly timed in order for it to work. Otherwise, he's definitely gonna get the hands put on him trying to jump in that ring with those three other guys in there. But yes, yeah, it's gonna be tough. I mean, like you said, them taking the shadow off of Cena, Seth Rollins, that would be even faster. So hopefully
yeah
they don't go that route. We definitely wouldn't want them to go that route as far as because I think that faction needs that title. Who knows what we'll get, but I think regardless of how that match goes, Seth Rollins is walking out of there with his held and his head both held very, very high at the end of the night. And Paul Heyman probably is likely to get involved in some kind of way,
yeah
being that he's had connections to 3 out of the 4 guys in this match. Hopefully, LA Knight don't get shuffled to the back of the whole roster. On the other side of this, maybe he'll be able to do something with CM Punk and sure Jay Uso is going to stay right there at the top. We're going to have to see if some new challenges pop up, man. We're going to have to see if some new challenges pop up. See if somebody on Monday Night Raw is ready to get go to that next level, man, and start to have a meaningful feud with Seth Rollins. No different than what we've seen with Cody and Drew McIntyre, right? Like, we don't expect them to win, but somebody's got to fight.
right.
Somebody's got to be there, man. So, we're going to see what happens at Clash of Paris. That's 2 p.m. Eastern time this Sunday coming up. So that should be a good one. But either way, we'll be right back here next Monday night covering WWE Monday Night Raw, the Raw after Clash of Paris. So it should be an interesting one. I'm sure we're gonna have a lot to talk about then with that show, and then obviously Monday Night Raw as well. So please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Please don't forget to hit that like button. Appreciate you, Spook, for joining me tonight.
No
We should
problem.
be
No
back
problem.
full throttle next week. And until then, we'll catch up with y'all in a minute.